in Group C of our Day 3, our final day we have of this semifinals of our Asia Regionals, and we do get the flight path to begin this all.
Yeah, wow, we've had a lot of really steep flight paths in this so far, Joel. This one, once again, starting around Kameshki and ending up on the eastern edge of the Sosnovka military base. So this is quite a difficult plane path for the teams that want to go to the western edge of the map, that are looking at Georgiapol, Gatka, Primorsk, those kind of areas. Even Pachinki's pretty far out.
We've got some Millie boys already landing, as you can see, from Team 17. You can see where they're from. They're called Mayors, and they're also from India. So Punjabi also joining in along with this Team 8 coming in from the Initials, and they are also a team from India. And we'll see what these teams can do. Of course, early landing in round 1, just raising up a lot of question marks as to what these teams will do to start things off. So we've got a lot of interesting things in the past couple of days. So Day 3, we're all up for expectations.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really curious to see how this pans out with this really steep plane path. A lot of teams scrambling for vehicles to try to get over to that western edge of the map to get to their desired loot locations. It won't be too difficult for most of them, but you do end up kind of having to compromise and stick 4 people in one vehicle, which can be a little dangerous at times.
And we're seeing a pretty clustered start to this game. No one really going for the extreme edges of the map quite yet. And we're finally get the first circle on. Hope to show it to you guys, but it is going to be a little bit northern to start things off, and we will see how this will affect the playing field. You see already some of the Team 21 obviously coming from Raw Official, another team from India, already making the drive through. We see the Millie boys in the C compartments of the apartments from Team 17 Mayors as well. So all these teams that are trying to loot out a little bit early, see what action they will be involved with. See Team 21 with Raw Official going up against Team 10, it seems like, from Team Divinity, our only representative from Singapore, to see how they do.
Yeah, I've got my eyes on them. I'm really curious to see how this goes. But in Pachinki, we do have 2 teams there, DD Rogue Order, as well as that is Team 14, which is SOS and TAC, one of our Thai teams. So there's a team from the Philippines and a team from Thailand in there. Let's see how this pans out for them. SOS has the double-barrel shotgun there. They are ready for a close-up battle if necessary. Who will come out as the king of Pachinki this round? Oftentimes our Pachinki teams have seen success in this tournament.
Pachinki teams, you talk about who to really pull up the interest. It's about all the Indian teams usually like to go there, and some of the Thai teams were able to find a lot of success there as well. So coming in from Thailand, you do kind of expect that Sauce and Tac will be the ones to really see what they can do in this Pachinki area to start. We're looking at a little bit Severny right now with team number 7, Quadra, in the map right now. And we're also looking at team 5, Lick and Suck. Okay, come on. This is a little bit dodgy in the terms of why
I'm
you
going
made
with
the team.
LNS for the rest.
LNS, let's go with LNS.
Is what they get called the rest
so
of
that's
this
the only
tournament.
time you'll ever hear us say that name, and we're going to go with LNS for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, we're going with that. Another team that maybe you might be kind of raising an eyebrow at that we've seen a little bit here is Punjabi 345. Now, you guys have to understand, that is not an offensive word. That is what the sheiks are called in Hindi. So people who are of that faith or of that region or whatever however you want to think of it, that is the term that they use for that in India. It's not, you might hear it used in a little bit a different way, but here it's totally fine.
Let's not get into any details, especially for our Hindi viewers out there who happen to be watching the English stream and not the Indian stream. That will be just wayward in terms of why you were doing that in the first place. You got Ronnie, and you also got Ajay just coming in the lineup, and they're doing a fantastic job over there in the Indian stream. So be sure to go and watch over there if you are coming in from India and want some high quality Hindi stream. And we're coming back obviously with team number 6, and we're going to be looking at Indian Gamer, as straightforward as that can get. Obviously coming from India, yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, keep it simple. I like that. Thank you very much. I want to see how they do. They're another team that I think Ronnie mentioned to me. It was hard to keep track. He was like really excited about today because he really thought that today for sure one of these India teams was going to come through and really perform well here today. But no action so far, and usually we see at least a team or 2 fight it out over their desired loot location, but so far no one's really interested in trying to challenge each other.
And really, yeah, very not an aggressive start that we haven't seen from the past 2 days, where it's been all about action. If someone invades your city, like we do see here in Pachinki, basically yesterday, it was all about one team coming out alive and no other option for that. So we'll see if this day turns out to be a more of a passive day with all the characteristics of these 21 teams really reflecting already our few moments here.
Yeah, okay, maybe we've got some shots being fired here. Okay, SOS does get the first knock here on to Rogue Order here. So once again, Thailand starting out strong, getting the first knock, but we'll see if they can finish this. Zuxin got that 3x on the Scar, looking to try to catch team members of RO trying to cross the street there.
So Zuxin just trying to get those shots with that Scar, just trying to pull on from range, but did not get it in time. And Urine probably will be going to be able to get rezzed up for this meantime. So Pachinki fight, already we know that this is going to be the source of early action, as we always do see it. So coming back once again, we'll see what Sauce Attack can able to do in this situation coming from Thailand. Once again, we'll see what they can accomplish here.
Yeah, Sauce and Tac's already done some damage, so they might look to kind of take advantage of that and push onto things here. This is CSPG, a team from India as well, making their way past the hospital. They're going under the mountain, looking to find some looting in the southern edge of the circle there. The circle goes all the way down to the bottom of the main continent so far, so there's a lot of landmass for these teams to work with here.
We're looking at Yasnaya for the very first time here. We're looking at Team 11, Chaos 1, coming in also from India. So lots of Indian teams, as we already mentioned, was going to be the proposition. And we're looking at them against Punjabi at 3-4-5, another team at Yasnaya. I'm trying to see what they can do against this team right here. So like we said, I mean, concerning the fact that there are many teams within the same city, not really much early action to be seen here. So a lot of a time for us to talk about what we can expect for the meantime. But round one, it seems like a pretty passive beginning for a lot of these teams so far.
Yeah, pretty surprising considering what we've seen in the previous days. Just basically the teams would just kind of be like, all right, you want to drop in the same city with me? Well, we're going to duke it out and figure out who is really in charge of this city. And then later on, they would force those other teams out of the city until we saw RRQ get hot dropped yesterday by 2 teams in the very last round to try to put a little, nail under their tire and pop that before they could get started, but it didn't matter. They killed everybody in that city, came out of there with 10 kills anyway. So we'll see how it goes here today. Nothing too big happening so far. This is R4W, our 21st team, Raw official. They are from India as well.
We're looking at Quadro, see what they can do. Quadro is coming in right around Severny and see what they're going to accomplish here. But all the more, we're seeing a pretty empty Severny other than them. So just trying to go up a scout and observe whether to see if anybody else has already invaded this city that they're already in. So kind of soon find out that basically they're the only teams in here. So it's going to be a pretty soft start for all these teams right now. And also looking at Raw once again, Raw official. There's not much to talk about here because it's been looting on just basically for the first few minutes here, and we're already reaching almost very close to the 10-minute mark, and nothing really happened here.
Yeah, this is a pretty big circle. It has about the most amount of landmass you can possibly have with a circle in it, so it does make a little sense that we're not getting a lot of fighting early on. The circle has started to close, though. Teams are going to have to make their way in. There are only 2 teams who went down to Sosnovka. There was Superstar, who dropped into Novo, and Mayors, who dropped into the military base. They are starting to make their way across the bridge, at least Mayors is. Superstar still hanging out in Novo, but I expect them to start moving shortly. We do have our first crate drop, though. It has dropped south of the school. It is kind of in the mountains there to the east of Pachinki.
And for the meantime, we're going to get shooting range, and with LNS still just hovering on trying to pick up as many ammos and also pick up a nice few guns if they can. But like we said, let's talk about, what we've seen from the past couple of days. It hasn't been like this for the first 10 minutes for any type of round we've seen for the past 6 rounds here. You talk about that first crate coming through, it is going to be the MK14 with the suppressor for the AR, which would fit with this new DMR patch that came through, being allowed to crisscross into those attachments there. So pretty good crate for anyone to pick up, but it seems like no one's really around. So see who gets close to that very, very soon. Of course, the smokes probably will go out before we see anyone pick that up.
Yeah, absolutely. Sniping's definitely a thing in PUBG Mobile. If you haven't given PUBG Mobile a chance and you're just checking out this video for the first time today, you're thinking to yourself, wow, PUBG Mobile, it looks very similar, it feels very similar, and you can definitely, it's still great fun to play. It is a wonderful game. I have been thoroughly enjoying it, And if you're wondering, wow, sniping might be difficult on a phone, we've seen teams do very, very well with sniping here. It does take a little getting used to, for sure. It's different than a keyboard and mouse, but trust me, you can get darn good at it.
Doesn't matter if it's an SLR or if it's a Car 98, we've seen incredible shots come in for the past couple of days, and now we're in this day 3 situation where all teams trying to get from the blue inside, and oh,
okay. Woo.
But we've seen incredible plays all throughout, and that almost was an incredible play, but hopefully we were getting the better of that situation.
Yeah, it's pretty actually difficult to run your teammates over in this one. It's not nearly as easy as it is in the regular PUBG on the computer. It's a little more difficult here, so fortunately for Superstar, they are going to have a couple vehicles and they will be able to make their way off of Sosnovka Island and head towards the circle. They're going to take a little bit of circle damage, but not too big of a deal. When you get Novo all to yourself, they should come out of there with plenty of utility to get themselves back up to full health and ready to rock and roll. This is Team 13, the Chiefs from India.
Chiefs coming from India, see what they can accomplish with 4 members moving in that same vehicle, just moving along that same direction, but of course, this is kind of awkward because we're looking at 11 minutes with basically no significant kills coming through from any of the teams so far. So how many times have we seen this? Really, no single kill really for us to talk about in the first 11 minutes.
Yeah, this is crazy. Basically, we're going to have to focus on the loot crates for now, which is exactly what LNS is doing here. They saw the drop to the west of Severny. They are making their way towards it right now. All 4 team members are in vehicles and heading towards it. So LNS in a bit of a nice situation for themselves here. They have 4 vehicles. They're going to have a crate, so they're going to have some extra, defense and survivability. We saw that work very well for Salater yesterday in that first game, and unfortunately for them afterwards, they were not able to continue with that strong first game.
And another Mark 14 being seen here by LNS. We saw them kind of just hovering around the early one. Finally, we're going to get some action, and we're going to get the first knock here. CSP finally going down to the Chiefs in this Watertown area and just finally scoping out their opponents from range across that window, and we'll see if the Chiefs can really follow up with this one with a couple of kills falling through. It seems like CSPG, not many teammates nearby to knock the opponent.
Yeah, we can't see them on the screen right now, and I'm trying to look at the map, and I do see other members of CSPG there now. Okay, they're moving in to try to assist their teammate. Can the Chiefs prevent the res from coming in here? So far, they don't have much of an angle on that other member. He is safely inside of that building in the water. Rob's here trying to find an angle, nothing doing so far. The Chiefs pretty much all in one building. I think they might have split up now, but they're looking to find a way to prevent this. They needed to be a little more split up sooner if they wanted to capitalize on that.
All to see Burns just getting away, and we do get the res already completed onto Appy, so it's going to be 4 members back again for CSPG and Chiefs. But they could have been a little more proactive by just going a little bit more aggressive there, but being a little bit scared to do so. You understand that not much coming from the kill feed. I don't want to really break the silence if you are the Chiefs. Already got that knock through, but it's not going to lead to a kill.
Yeah, and if you guys look up there in the top right-hand corner of your screen on the mini-map, you'll notice the white circle has moved, and it has gone all the way as far north as it possibly can. It is directly north middle, so centered around Severny. So that is going to be very nice for Quadra, who is the only team to land in Severny.
The Chiefs already getting another knock onto CSPG, and we'll see if they get the knock this time around. And trying to fight back, it's going to be CSPG, but really not landing these shots. And Burns almost gets knocked once again, so you want to be careful if you are in this situation for CSPG. The shots really aren't connecting, and it seems that they're just losing one member at a time here.
Yeah, Chiefs with a little bit of a dangerous situation here. They're all trying to shoot through the same window, and I'm surprised Bugboy didn't accidentally shoot one of his teammates there. He might have, and I didn't quite catch it. But, okay, they see that guy in the window. Abby, can he make those shots? Oh, those were some nice shots, but just missing that last one. Not able to get the knock.
Getting the headshots through, and we'll see if the shots will come through, and Bugboy finally will go down in a knock, and we'll finally see, obviously the res will be pretty easy to maneuver for the Chiefs, and we're going to see if CSPG can fight back here. They're finally finding the confidence that they're needing to fight back against this team. It's going to be India versus India in this Watertown. As you do say, the circle just right around the edges of where it currently stands. So the fact that the southern edge of this current circle is around Watertown tells us it's going to be a very, very northern circle to begin this off.
Yeah, it's pretty much going to end up somewhere in the Severny shooting range, the area, maybe by the downed plane. If it goes really far east, it could kind of be on that mountain that's by Stalber on the side of it. Most of Stalber is no longer in this circle. It's been cut off. So there's going to be a lot of wide open terrain, so things are probably going to heat up pretty quickly here within the next couple of minutes once this circle starts to close.
We got a glimpse of Team Divinity, the only representative coming in from Singapore, so seeing how they do it all, just going from the drive, trying to get to the next location, knowing that it's going to be a very, very northern drive. I'm not really expecting the circle to drift that far north, and you can see CSPG once again still around Watertown and see what they can do to Chiefs and get the very sneak angle. Should be an easy knock, and we do see Evo once again picking up another knock here, and it's going to lead to finally a kill.
Wow, good job there by Evo to predict the movement of the enemy team there. Now we're over to still, oh my goodness, Superstar doing it. Getting a vehicle blow up and taking out a lot of members of Rogue Order there.
It's a team, y'all.
That's a team wipe?
I think so.
Oh, you're right. We're down to 19 teams, so that had to be it. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Good job, Superstar. Team from Vietnam.
And still this action going against India versus India, CSPG versus Chiefs. Still right outside Watertown. See what they're going to accomplish here. Evo got that knock a little bit earlier, got that kill, and getting a second one here. The one see another player, Chiefs, Dexter, going down, and Rob's going to go down as well. So CSPG were doing pretty well in the first rotation of things, but now they're going to go down here and really one by one. They're going to find what they can accomplish here with only one man knocked away, with Avi going down, but they do get a couple knocks on the other end.
Well, they wiped the Chiefs there. That is it. The Chiefs got completely wiped out. This is another team from, I believe they're from India.
Yeah, they're both India versus
Cloud69, yep. So this is Cloud69, not Cloud9. They changed their name just a little bit. This is Mayers, who was our military-based team. They are moving up to the circle now as well, trying to take this compound here. Taking a little damage on the way in.
Trying to do that against the mob is what we're going to see seeing. Team 15 versus Team 17. You see FSJMZ is going to be coming in from the flank there, trying to get the picks onto some of the members here, but it seems like they're finally going to be caught, and it seems like mob is going to find a lot of knocks here. The first one is going to lead to a sure kill, and we're going to see more and more, and it seems like all the more Team 17, Mayers, is going to be completely wiped by the mobs here.
Yeah, Mob, great defense here on this position. Normally we've seen the aggressors have a little bit more success in these situations, but Mob doing a very good job of staying mobile there. You saw their members moving around in circles, never staying still, catching the Mayers in bad positions because the Mayers came in, were kind of stuck behind that wall.
And really didn't know what to do defensively because they just had certain intruders coming in from the outside just like that. It only was about 10 seconds ago before they arrived to our house and they found that action against them. So now we're going to the situation where finally we're seeing some action in this 17-minute mark, and we're going to see if this continues on here. 17 teams remaining with 66 left alive, and we're going to see if Team 18 is going to be able to produce more action with Mai Chi is going to be coming in from Thailand as well.
Yeah, Mai Chi, a team from Thailand, they're opting to take a lot of circle damage here. They landed in the northern part of Georgia Pole, just starting to make their way in now, but the circle has moved once again, and you can see on your screen there up in the top right, that's Severny. A little bit of the circle is, still covering Severny, and everything has gone to the east, so this is going to be a very flat, wide open final circle area.
And how many times do we get a Severny circle really in these PUBG Mobile matches? And finally we're going to get it. A very northeastern start to this game in this round number 1 for Group C. And of course this is the last day of the Asia Regional Semi-Finals to decide who will be joining a lot of Thailand teams in the Grand Finals. And of course, we're looking at some of the Thailand teams still from today. Maybe they are like to upset a lot of Indian teams participating again once again today.
Yeah, they've been doing it over and over again, so I'm not going to be too surprised if they can pull it off. LNS here making their move. They did get some very nice gear early on, a lot of level 3 gear in their inventory right now. They are moving into the circle, trying to find a spot to safely take over. There are already some teams in the circle, a lot of teams coming in from the western edge of this circle right now. So this is going to be some dangerous rotations.
LNS coming in from Vietnam, just going to be on the drive-through, trying to get to this next location in time. We see basically 3 players already on the front foot trying to get to the center of the circle, while that one member is strolling just behind. So we're going to see team number 9, War Dynamics, another team coming in from India, and we'll see just hovering around Severny, trying to just get to the next location in time. A lot of these cars traveling in all 4, so putting the risk out there, see if they can make it.
Yep, Team Divinity in a battle here with LNS now. LNS caught in a bad position. They're going to blow up that US. They do not want to allow them to use that They have not taken any damage as Team Divinity, but they've done a little bit of damage to LNS so far.
And Ruler is going to be just stuck behind that tree, not knowing what to do. The other teammates are coming in. You see the 3 members of LNS is going to be reinforcing this situation, but Ruler still all alone, and Killer's trying to get close to it, but that smoke is not going to be good enough. Just going to shoot through it, and it seems like Divinity found the answers onto this Vietnamese squad. Is going to get that first knock.
Yep, very nice job here. Shooting through that smoke, a very popular thing and a very common thing to do in PUBG Mobile, because there is a little bit of auto aim that helps you out, and that is a reason why you can shoot into the smoke, because you can just kind of spray bullets in there, and you know, your gun's going to kind of adjust a little bit to help you just a bit. Not a lot, but it's a little easier than, say, you know, in regular PUBG when you have smoke.
Of course, so that's we're going to see a lot more of that as we've seen for the past couple of days in Day 3. No different in terms of just high intense action coming in, and LNS once again finding it difficult to get out of the situation, just trying to save Rua, and we're going to see them lose another one here. Sugar also going down with him, and seems like the 2 knocks will definitely be an eventual kill. 2 kills probably going to go over to Divinity after all of this, and LNS finding it very difficult to get out of this really trenches.
Yeah, they're just going to have to fall back now. Killer and I believe that's or Mad Life, excuse me. Killer and Mad Life are going to have to just stay back now and play it safe for the rest of this. They're not going to be able to take this position. They're mostly fine right now if they can just find a way to survive without... There's a couple teams that could come from behind them from the northeast, but it kind of depends on where this next circle goes.
You're going to see, obviously, different teams starting to get involved in this action where we have a very intruding circle to begin this off, and we're looking at Team 20 Dominators. Seeing what they can do against Team 9 with War Dynamics just on the opposite side of these houses, and Charlie just going to be spotted out. Some of these members from War Dominators, and War Dynamics see what they can do. Just sort of on the opposite side of where they stand. New circle opens up. Gonna be in the middle of where we see is a complete landmine, as we see other teams to just encroach it from all angles here.
Yeah, absolutely. Team Divinity has real estate in this circle. There is another warehouse available that another team could do, so pretty nice position for them. I believe Sauce and Tack has a compound there on the southern edge of the circle, but we're going over to WD, who's in a fight with Dominators here. There hasn't been much damage traded either way, but those teams are going to have to move here relatively soon, and they will have the surviving 2 members of LNS possibly in their way when they do move.
You see another team just on the very much the edge of this current blue, as we can see with Team 8, the initials. There's a team coming in from India, and they have to get out of this hut very, very soon here. It's not going to be a safe zone when this circle starts closing in. The circle starts hurting from this 4th closing of it in, so once we get the closing in about a minute here, it's going to be about another team going to make the adjustment here. It seems like Sauce and Tack just going to coming in and greeting for this compound, not knowing that Divinity is already surrounding, but it seems like the invasion going to be complete here. Sauce and Tack getting 2 knocks already, but losing a lot on the other end, and Divinity see what they can do, but on the reload, it's going to be able to finish off, so Divinity almost in a disastrous moment there.
Yeah, Divinity just about got wiped almost solely by Vivi. Vivi there had to reload. He was out of bullets basically, and unfortunately for him, there was still 1 member of Divinity left to finish that off. And Divinity, as long as no one else tries to capitalize that, maybe they heard the shots, they might try to capitalize on that situation. As long as nobody tries to push them because of that, they should be okay and be able to get all 4 members back.
We see another 1v1 scenario here just north of Severny. We're looking at Wall Dynamics and see what they can do with the Vector. Is going to be the only member up, and we're going to see the other member being rezzed up right here, so just buying a little bit of time, trying to get all 3 members back alive is going to be the situation for War Dynamics, but LNS is going to be mixed in here. We see another action coming from Cloud69 going up against Punjabi 345, and we will find the knock on the other end, so Burble, see what he can do just along the top of the hill and see trying to get if he can get additional knocks there.
Yeah, Killer's trying to get the res onto Mad Life here. WD does manage to get their members back up. They have lost Chief Arsh as well, but will they be able to get through LNS here? LNS with only 2 members left. There are 3 here for WD. Mistake throwing some smokes to allow him to rotate around the gas station here to try to find the angle onto the members of LNS, but Mad Life has been rezzed and has healed himself.
It's going to be about 2 members from LNS trying to fight against these 3 members from WD, and Not much coming from the last time around. Just got 2 knocks, but didn't able to finish the last member. Just coming through, and Burble, along with the rest of his teammates from Cloud 69, just trying to make it in, but Punjabi 345. We do have a member just waiting in line, but another action is going to be happening. Another action that's going to be coming towards, and it's in the SSG. Gonna find a lot of kills here with 3 members on, with 1 man knocked away, trying to go for more here against TI, and gonna find more and more here as we go through. It's a team wipe going against TIN, and that's going to be a disaster for these teams.
Superstars proving they are living up to their name. They have 14 kills already, Joel. A team from Vietnam who is playing extremely well. WD dying to the circle. They are out. They get taken out by the circle there. So they were not able to get through LNS. In the end, LNS does end up coming out, even though there's only 1 member left. They do a good job defending there and force WD out.
We talk about Superstar coming in from Vietnam, and this team, Divinity, coming in from Singapore. We do see a lot of these minority regions in terms of quantity, not much representative, but it doesn't matter. It's these few teams coming in from these few select regions doing really well to represent their squads, and doing a very good job so far. It seems like Divinity, along with Superstar, just really doing well for themselves in round 1. Let's see if this continues.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got my eyes on Divinity. They're from Singapore. So once again, these teams from outside of India are proving to be very, very strong. We haven't seen a whole lot here yet from any of the India teams. Now, MC looking to find. Now, they've got, team number 19, which is Clash Craze. We'll call it Crazy. They are on their left. They haven't really seen too much. Mob, though, getting some knocks here. I believe they were the ones who got the knocks onto Craze. Yes, and in fact, it is Mob. Mob XYZ finishing off that member of Craze.
And Mob, you're going to find a couple of knocks on the other end. It's another team from Thailand, and we're going to find a lot of knocks and kills going along there. We're already 10 kills just coming out of nowhere. We didn't catch all of that on camera, but Craze really finding it difficult to get out of his trenches here. It's the Saran is going to be the only one left alive, just trying to throw down the smoke, trying to get the res up. I don't know if he's going to be allowed to, because looking at most of the sides coming from MC, it's still firing right back at them. So it's going to be a crazy fight going all the way through here. 2 members left alive for MC, and to see if they can finish off Crazy.
Yeah, the circle is closing here on Craze. I don't know if they're going to be able to get the revive and heal up in time to make it back into the circle. There's a lot of teams here gatekeeping them. Mob doing a pretty decent job, and like you said, Joel, they have 10 kills. Kind of a little surprising there. In fact, we do see the play zone take down Shabab there after he does get res, so there was not quite enough time. MC has to make their way into the circle as well. They are on the move. Cloud 69 is way outside of the circle right now, and they have a lot of teams there that are going to meet on the eastern side.
And you see CSPG just trying to run to the circle in time and just getting shot through by their opponents, and MC just going to survive 3 members for now. But you look at Superstars already going to another fight here, but it seems like a team white does come through just barely, and was almost the elimination of this team, but do survive all 3 members if they can get the res up. But it seems like they will be able to do it. 19 kills for them so far.
Yeah, insane performance by them so far. But they've got Cloud9 and Quadra coming in on them. Okay, Cloud9 just gets wiped out by the circle. They are opting to just play for position there. They finish in 7th place. Not exactly sure how many kills they had. They probably were just completely gate-kept out of that circle. There were so many teams in front of them. It was just proving to be very difficult for them to get in. Superstars leading the way in that charge, proving that they so far are the strongest team with 19 kills.
And we'll see if this 3-member squad coming in from Superstar from Vietnam will be able to get the job done here, Paperthin, but they're on the edge of the circle where other teams have already established themselves in a much better position in the left part of the map, as we can see inside the circle. So MC is another team that has about a 3-man squad, but still a little bit outside the circle, has to go up against this team right here with Mob, and in a really good position right now with 11 kills, and just trying to look for all angles for incoming opponents to see if they can get the snipes through.
Yeah, these have been Mob circles so far. They keep going far to the west and keeping that compound that Mob has in for them. So they're taking advantage of it. They've already got 11 kills. It kind of starts to feel like maybe this is going to come down to Superstar and Mob, but there's still a lot of other teams in it. But some of them are down to 1 or 2 members only. So we'll see how this plays out. CSPG taking a lot of circle damage here, trying to find a way to safely get in. Right now, there's nobody directly in front of him, but here comes Superstar in a vehicle.
And you just see them just run through the circle and run with the circle. It's going to be a CSPG strategy here. Another team that's trying to run with the circle is going to be MC, but now going to be caught out, and Evo will not be alive for any longer, and Mob We can find XYZ get the final kill there, and Superstar finding it very difficult to get into the circle. They barely got in there, but they do see Team 18 just along the horizon, and Mai Chi, MC, see what they can do, but see the knocks coming through. Once again, Superstar proving they are the worthy team, getting all these knocks through.
Yeah, Mob's got a nice angle onto Superstar here. They're going to blow up their vehicles. You know, even though that does provide static cover, it'll make it more difficult for Superstar to move, because once again, this circle has gone far to the west.
Mob just trying to really enjoy this moment for the time being, but Superstar gonna enjoy more kills here. MC gonna lose another member to the early snipes coming through, and a second kill, and the team white eventually coming from Mob, and really looking at SSC. Superstar getting the shots where they need, and gonna add to their total kill count, 22 on the board. So 3v3 scenario, 3v4 scenario versus them, but SS gonna be shot from up far, and XYZ finding the shots once again.
Yeah, XYZ gets the knock. As a Superstar in a very, very difficult position here. They do not have the defender's advantage. Mob has compounds and cover they can use. Superstar does not have much. They have a rock, a few blown up vehicles, and some trees, so they're throwing a lot of smokes to try to make their way in, using a lot of utility just to make this push work. Can they do it? So far, they've got 22 kills, so if any team can do it, it's going to be them.
And it's a brilliant idea coming in for Superstar, just to smoke their way through, form a cloud bridge to get to the next circle, but it seems like Mob is going to be really downing on them. All these shots coming in from these houses where they're the most safe, and just really just reaching down on them. But Superstar, one step at a time, as these guys just trying to make it to the next circle. You see the smokes coming more and more prevalent as they're trying to make their advance their way into the next circle. Yeah, but 4v3 scenario between these two kill-heavy teams right now. It seems like 15 plus kills already for Mob and 20 plus kill for Superstar. See how this game ends.
Yeah, Mob, if they can hold on to this, they'll, I think, just slightly eke out Superstar in the final rankings for this game. Both teams playing out of their mind, but Lewis with a really nice headshot there onto a member of Mob. So, as Superstar's got to push, though, the circle is closing onto their backs. They're putting the pressure on. They're trying to just keep Mob pinned while they make their moves.
Oh,
and
my goodness. XYZ goes down as one. This is going to be the Renwich coming in from all angles. It seems like Lewis doesn't care whether they're outside the circle or not. Just going to go for the kill wipe onto the zone. And are you serious? 22 kills along with the rest of the team. And it seems like Mob had the invincible defensive tactic, but not good enough to take the win. Superstar showing us they are indeed the Superstar.
Yeah, they ended up with 25 kills there after they wiped Mob at the end. That is the most kills we have seen in a round so far.